After defeating Captain Kuro and saving Syrup Village, Monkey D. Luffy's crew is no longer just a reckless idea. It is becoming real. Luffy still chases his impossible dream of becoming king of the pirates. Roronoa Zoro still carries his promise to become the world's greatest swordsman. Nami still keeps everyone alive with sharp instincts, maps, and navigation. And now Usopp, the village liar with a brave heart, finally steps onto the sea as a real pirate. Volume 5 begins with a goodbye that seems small, but means everything. Usopp leaves Kaya, the Usopp Pirates, and the peaceful life where he only pretended to be a great warrior. For years, his adventures were lies, shouted through the village. Now he chooses to chase the kind of adventure he used to invent. As a parting gift, Kaya and Mary give the crew a ship, the Going Merry. It is more than transportation. It is their first true home on the sea. With its sheep figurehead, cozy cabins, and sturdy sails, the Straw Hats finally have a place to belong. Nami quickly handles the voyage's practical side, managing direction, supplies, and navigation, while Luffy, Zoro, and Usopp bring chaos to almost everything else. Before the next major battle, Volume 5 takes a strange, memorable detour. The crew finds an island full of rare animals and meets Gaimon, a man trapped inside a treasure chest. He has spent years guarding treasure boxes he cannot reach, believing they hold the reward for all his suffering. But when Luffy climbs up and discovers the boxes are empty, the moment becomes unexpectedly emotional. Luffy does not mock him. He understands the pain of chasing something for years, only to learn the truth too late. Gaimon chooses to stay with the animals who have become his friends, and the Straw Hats sail away with a quiet reminder. Not every treasure is gold, and not every dream ends as expected. Then the sea opens to something new, the Baratie, a floating restaurant for hungry sailors, travelers, marines, and pirates. It looks comforting, but beneath the hot food and ocean air is a crew of chefs who fight as fiercely as they cook. The Straw Hats arrive after a clash with Marine Lieutenant Fullbody, and Luffy accidentally causes serious damage to the restaurant. To repay the debt, he is forced to work there. For Luffy, it is punishment. For the story, it is the doorway to one of the East Blue's most important characters. That character is Sanji. Sanji is a cook with elegance, pride, devastating kicks, and no patience for wasted food. He argues with the chefs, flirts whenever he sees a beautiful woman, and refuses to use his hands in battle because his hands are meant for cooking. But beneath the attitude is a principle stronger than steel. If someone is starving, Sanji will feed them. That belief is tested when Jin, a starving pirate from Don Krieg's crew, collapses at the Baratie. The other cooks see an enemy. Sanji sees an empty stomach. He feeds Jin, even though Jin has no money, even though he is dangerous, and even though helping him may bring disaster. This reveals the soul of the Baratie. Head chef Zeph, the restaurant's owner, understands Sanji better than anyone. Zeph is harsh, loud, and commanding, but he shares the same unbreakable code. A cook feeds the hungry. Friend or foe does not matter. Pirate or marine does not matter. Hunger is hunger, and that kindness has consequences. Jin returns, but not alone. Behind him is Don Krieg, one of the most feared pirates in the East Blue. Krieg's fleet has been crushed, his men are starving, and his pride is still poisonous. He does not arrive with gratitude. He arrives with greed, seeing the Baratie not as a restaurant, but as something to take. For Luffy, everything becomes clear. The Baratie is not his ship. These chefs are not his crew. This battle is not supposed to be his problem. But Luffy has never walked away when someone's dream, home, or freedom is under attack. Zoro watches the danger rise with calm focus, knowing the world is bigger than the East Blue. Nami keeps the Going Merry ready, understanding risk faster than anyone. Usopp begins to learn that courage is not fearlessness. Sometimes it is standing nearby, shaking, and still helping anyway. Volume 5 is not just about reaching another island. It is about who the Straw Hats are becoming. Luffy gathers crewmates by recognizing their dreams. Zoro follows strength and loyalty. Nami brings intelligence and survival. Usopp brings imagination, heart, and real bravery. And Sanji, though not yet one of them, is introduced through the value that defines him. No one deserves to starve. By the end, the Baratie is more than a restaurant. It is a battlefield of ideals. Zeph and Sanji's compassion stands against Don Krieg's cruelty.